List of founding figures around the world. Part 2.
Robert Kaleo and Tim Berners-Lee together creating the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web, WWW, commonly known as the Web, is an information system that provides access to documents and other web resources over the Internet. Documents and downloadable media are made available on the network through web servers and can be accessed by programs such as web browsers. Edward Callahan creating ticker tape. The ticker tape was the earliest electrical medium for financial communication, carrying stock quotes over telegraph wires used from 1870 to 1970. Nicholas Callan creating induction coil. Induction coils or spark coils, formerly known as inductors or Ruhmkorff coils after Heinrich Ruhmkorff, are used to generate high-voltage pulses from low-voltage direct current (DC) power supplies. Alan Archibald Campbell Swinton creating television. Television became available in crude experimental forms in the late 1920s, but only after several years of further development was the new technology marketed to consumers. Tullio Campagnolo creating quick-release skewer. A quick-release skewer is a mechanism for attaching a wheel to a bicycle. It consists of a rod threaded on one end and with a lever-operated cam assembly on the other. The rod is inserted into the hollow axle of the wheel, a special nut is threaded on, and the lever is closed to tighten the cam and secure the wheel to the fork. Charles Cantor, creating pulsed field gel electrophoresis, molecular biology. Pulsed field gel electrophoresis is a technique used for the separation of large DNA molecules by applying to a gel matrix an electric field that periodically changes direction. Mario Capecchi, Sir Martin Evans and Oliver Smithies, together creating gene targeting. Gene targeting, also, replacement strategy based on homologous recombination, is a genetic technique that uses homologous recombination to modify an endogenous gene. The method can be used to delete a gene, remove exons, add a gene and modify individual base pairs, introduce point mutations. Arturo Caprati, creating Caprati valve gear. The Caprati valve gear is a type of steam engine valve gear invented in the early 1920s by Italian architect and engineer Arturo Caprati. It uses camshafts and poppet valves rather than the piston valves used in other valve gear. While basing his design on automotive valves, Caprati made several significant departures from this design to adapt the valves for steam. Girolamo Cardano, creating Cardan grill, cryptography. This technique was used in ancient China. In 1550, Girolamo Cardano, 1501–1576, known in French as Jérôme Cardan, proposed a simple grid for writing hidden messages. He intended to cloak his messages inside an ordinary letter so that the whole would not appear to be a cipher at all. Such a disguised message is considered to be an example of steganography, which is a sub-branch of general cryptography. But the name Cardan was applied to grills that may not have been Cardan's invention, and, so, Cardan is a generic name for cardboard grill ciphers. Philip Cardew, creating hot-wired galvanometer. Galvanometer is an electromechanical measuring instrument for electric current. Early galvanometers were uncalibrated, but improved versions, called ammeters, were calibrated and could measure the flow of current more precisely. Galvanometer works by deflecting a pointer in response to an electric current flowing through a coil in a constant magnetic field. Galvanometers can be thought of as a kind of actuator. Chester Carlson, creating xerographic copier. Carlson's innovation combined electrostatic printing with photography, unlike the dry electrostatic printing process invented by George Christoph Lichtenberg in 1778. Carlson's original process was cumbersome, requiring several manual processing steps with flat plates. Wallace Carothers, creating nylon and neoprene, together with Arnold Collins. Nylon is a silk-like thermoplastic, generally made from petroleum, that can be melt-processed into fibers, films, or shapes. Neoprene exhibits good chemical stability and maintains flexibility over a wide temperature range. Neoprene is sold either as solid rubber or in latex form and is used in a wide variety of commercial applications, such as laptop sleeves, orthopedic braces, wrist, knee, etc., electrical insulation, liquid and sheet-applied elastomeric membranes or flashings, and automotive fan belts.
Antonio Benedetto Carpano, creating vermouth.
Vermouth is an aromatized fortified wine flavored with various botanicals, roots, barks, flowers, seeds, herbs, and spices, and sometimes colored. The modern versions of the beverage were first produced in the mid to late 18th century in Turin, Italy. George Cayley, creating tension-spoke wheels. Wire wheels, wire-spoked wheels, tension-spoked wheels, or suspension wheels are wheels whose rims connect to their hubs by wire spokes. Although these wires are generally stiffer than a typical wire rope, they function mechanically the same as tension-flexible wires, keeping the rim true while supporting applied loads.
The term suspension wheel should not be confused with vehicle suspension.
Anders Celsius, creating Celsius temperature scale. The degree Celsius is the unit of temperature on the Celsius scale, originally known as the centigrade scale outside Sweden, one of two temperature scales used in the International System of Units, SI, alongside the Kelvin scale. The degree Celsius, symbol, degree C, can refer to a specific temperature on the Celsius scale or a unit to indicate a difference or range between two temperatures.
Vinton Cerf and Bob Kahn, together creating Internet Protocol, IP. The Internet Protocol, IP, is the network layer communications protocol in the Internet Protocol suite for relaying datagrams across network boundaries. Its routing function enables Internet working and essentially establishes the Internet. Ugo Cerletti and Lucio Bini, together creating electroconvulsive therapy. Electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, is a psychiatric treatment where a generalized seizure, without muscular convulsions, is electrically induced to manage refractory mental disorders. Charles Chamberlain, creating Chamberlain filter. The Pasteur Chamberlain filter is as useful as other ceramic and porcelain filters. It is a good bacterial water filter used mainly as a high-volume water filter. The filter works more quickly when the water supplied is under pressure. As with other filters of its kind, it cannot filter very small particles like viruses or mycoplasma. It is used in removal of organisms from a fluid culture in order to obtain the bacterial toxins. Min-Shu Chang and Gregory Goodwin Pincus, together creating combined oral contraceptive pill. The combined oral contraceptive pill, COCP, often referred to as the birth control pill or colloquially as the pill, is a type of birth control that is designed to be taken orally by women.